What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Chopper Style, and today I'm making a review on The Flash, Season 7, Episode 6. I was definitely looking forward to this episode because Cisco is by far my favorite person on The Flash, and this episode was dedicated to him and to Chester. Them two being around each other is crazy because they're both super smart, so the tech that they can build with their minds is amazing. They're building an amplifier to detect all the other forces so they can't get ambushed. And while trying to build this amplifier, it doesn't work. But a big green wave comes out of nowhere, and you think, oh man, something's about to happen, and they think nothing happens. Well, so they think. Once they get to walking around, they see a blockbuster. They're like, hold up, those were taken down forever ago. They come to the realization that they are in the 90s. Somehow they time traveled and they don't know how they got there or how they're going to get back. But I'm not going to lie, going back to the 90s ain't such a bad thing. That would be amazing. You know, Chester, he was happy to go back. He's like, forget it, man. I'm about to enjoy this. But they quickly come to the realization that this is probably one of the new forces at hand, and they are trying to find out who is exactly doing this by using their machine to dictate which one is the right person. But the tricky part is they had no technology from their time, so they had to go through garbage cans and build this pretty much from scratch. They even got some 90s clothes and was walking around trying to blend in just so they could talk to people, seeing if they could find out who the new force or who is behind this. That was funny to see them doing all that and dressing up. But they come in contact with somebody and they're interrogating them, seeing what's going on, and they reference the Matrix. And then the boy says that hasn't came out yet. And it's like, hold up, how does he know that if he's from the 90s? Well, that reference woke him up out of the trance that he was in. But right when he realized that, another green wave came and pretty much turned everything back to the 90s and they forgot everything. Even it hit Cisco. Cisco got taken back all the way to a 7-year-old. So he looked like an adult with a 7-year-old mind. He's running around through the town thinking Chester's trying to hurt him. That was a funny scene. But Chester quickly helps him remember who he was by telling him he works at Star Labs and stuff like that. And he remembers who he actually is. And Chester was saved, luckily, because he had the device in his pocket. If it wasn't for that device, he would have got reset too, and they would have been stuck in the 90s or in the time loop. So they figure out another way to try to make another machine, or device, but the device they needed was just bought by Chester's dad. And the crazy thing is, Chester has a little bit resentment for his dad because he thinks that his dad was never there for him. He didn't have time to be there for him and show him attention. And also, on top of all that, his dad dies the next day in a car accident. That's crazy. I really like that they went back and gave Chester some backstory so you could feel his character a little bit. Because I'm not going to lie, Chester's funny and he's smart, but I wasn't really digging his character all like that yet because I wanted to see more development. He just was pushed into the crew and we have no backstory from anybody. I mean, from him. We have backstory from everybody else, but not him. And this really gave him some good backstory, and we got to really feel for him and see why he is the way he is. We got to see him be sad. You know, you never seen Chester sad. He was always happy and crazy and making jokes. He was serious in this, and he had to go back and talk to his dad, you know, one on one. I mean, of course, he didn't say that he was his son, but he got to talk to him, and he got to realize that his dad really cared about him. He did everything for him. He paved the way for him. He was teaching him lessons and didn't even know. And it's kind of cool that Chester got put back into the 90s so he could relive his past and help him for his future. I think that was a really good scene. They actually wind up building the devices they needed with their own hands. You know, his dad kept the device, but he helped Chester build a whole new one. And he was just impressed at how smart his dad was. He was glad he got to work with him. That was just an amazing scene. I liked that a lot. Shortly after they build the device, a high school dude named Dion comes and finds them. And he tells them, look, y'all don't belong here. And then he reveals that he is one of the forces. This is the still force, and by far the most crazy force and most powerful. He has he can manipulate time. He can take you back in time. He can make you live in a loop. He can erase things. I mean, dude, how the hell do you beat somebody like this? I mean, they were put up against a force that they definitely couldn't beat. But Chester, he was smart. He was very, very smart because Dion was trying to escape his past. He didn't like his past. He doesn't want to live the future. He was stuck in the past. He kept trying to change his football career life because he got injured and someone else took the spotlight. And Dion was he was just stuck in the past. You know, he just kept reliving the same day over and over, enjoying the good parts. And he was mad because no matter how much he tried to change it, he couldn't. So his powers have some limitations. He can't change certain things that already happened, I'm guessing. I don't know. But Chester winds up convincing him to move forward in life because you can't change the past. No matter how you even said, no matter how powerful you are, you still can't change the past. So you might as well move forward. And he referenced what he went through with his father, how Chester had mad resentment for his father and he was being stuck in the past. He was carrying that forward with him. And now that is lifted, he can live a better future. And Chester's trying to get Dion to realize that. And he does. Dion was like, you know what? You're right. I should move forward with my life, but with a twist. He's going to control his life and everyone else's he wants to control. And then he just goes away. But it's like, damn, did we win or did we lose? Because now you just unleashed another monster. But he was destroying the town. I mean, it was dinosaurs around the town. Everybody's clothes was changed to the 90s. I got to admit, Iris and Joe was looking fresh. I'm like, damn, for the 90s, they looking good, man. But Caitlyn, both of her outfits with Killer Frost and regular Caitlyn, they outfits looked hideous. That was funny, man. But Killer Frost actually liked the 90s look, and she kept it going on. I noticed Killer Frost is like, she's a new person. Like, she's not used to living this world. She's always used to living inside of Caitlyn's body. But now that she can be her own person, she kind of doesn't know what she wants to be. She's like just picking up new things as she goes on. And you can see that Caitlyn's a little salty about that. You know, she tried to give Killer Frost a picture and Killer Frost put her spin on it. So it's a little bit of a rift right there. Barry is also finally awake and doing much better. It's good to have him back. But dude, the Speed Force, it is so like weird what the Speed Force is like trying to be up Barry's ass, always trying to be around him, and like it's just something just seems off. Also with these new forces, you know, these people like Dion and Fraser and all them, they seem like they know how to use these powers really good. It's like they've had these powers for some time. You know, so when Barry released that lightning and these forces came about, I don't know, like, did it just hit random people and they got powers, or did these people been had these powers and they knew how to use them or something? Because it just, I don't know, they seem like they know how to use these powers way too good for them to just get it. That's just my thought. Also, Nora, like, is she good or bad, man? Like, I would really hate for them to make her the bad guy. That would suck, man, because I know it's not actually Barry's mom, but still, like, that would be too much. I really hope they don't make her seem like a bad or make her a bad person. Also, we see in the next episode that the Speed Force is able to give boosts in Barry's powers, which is a very good thing, and it kind of makes sense. Barry would be just as powerful as the other forces. But my only question is, why does Barry need the Speed Force to give him his like ultimate power? You look at the Still Force, super powerful, and all the other forces, they're very, very powerful. I mean, way powerful than what Barry is without the Speed Force's help. So I wonder, why does Barry need the Speed Force to give him extra powers? I feel like the Speed Force is holding out information. Also, you see her lightning. She has blue, red, and yellow lightning. So that's weird. She has every color lightning but the Still Force. So there still needs to be a lot to explain. I can't wait for our next episode. But after this next episode, we got a 3-week break. Like, man, come on. we finally got the flashback and it's back to a break. But this is it for my review on episode 6 of The Flash. If you liked, could you please give me a like, comment, subscribe? Chopper Style out.